Good morning, everyone. Thanks for joining me. My name is Kelly, and today we'll be doing a mat Pilates class with hand weights. If you don't have hand weights today, you can use any two evenly weighted objects. So if you have two water bottles or two cans of vegetables, anything that's just evenly weighted. You can also do this whole class without weights. So if you don't like to use weights or you don't have any, you can do the entire class without weights. So I'll give you a minute. Go ahead and grab your weights if you need them. I'm using 2 pound toning balls. They're just a lighter weight just to get me through the class, just to add a little resistance, but not too heavy that I won't be able to complete all of the exercises. And again, just grab those weights and we'll get started standing at the back of our mats, just warming up the body. So we'll take a big inhale with those arms reaching up and overhead. On the exhale, we'll just dive forward, folding over the legs. Feel free to put a bend in the knees if you need it here. Dropping the head, letting the head and arms stay heavy. And then we'll take the hands to the mat and walk yourself all the way up to a full plank position. Big inhale here. And then exhale, slowly walk those hands back towards the feet. Dropping the heels, bend the knees, tuck the tail, slowly round up one vertebrae at a time with the head coming up last, rolling the shoulders back. Inhale, arms reach overhead. Exhale, diving forward, head and arms go heavy down over the feet, letting the weight of the arms bring the spine down. Walk those hands all the way out to that plank position, top of a push-up. Pushing up through those shoulders, we'll inhale, and then exhale, one hand at a time. We'll walk them back towards the feet. Heels go down, drop the tail, rounding up one vertebrae at a time. Shoulders roll back. Inhale, arms reach. Exhale, dive, folding over. Walking those hands up, find the top of a push-up or plank position, and then walking those hands right back down to the feet. Rounding up, head coming up last. Let's do that one more time. Inhale, arms reach. Exhale, diving forward, rounding over those legs. Walk it out, one vertebrae at a time, all the way up to that push-up, and then walking it back. Heels go down, round the spine, head is the last thing that comes up. Roll those shoulders back. So the body should be nice and warm. We're gonna grab our weights or our weighted objects, whatever you have on hand today. We're gonna find a nice wide stance, like a wide plie squat. So what we're doing is externally rotating from the hip joint. So we're not gonna turn out just from the knee or the ankle, but all the way up in the hip so that those toes are pointed out to the sides. And you want the feet wider than the shoulders, so you have a nice wide stance. So from here, you're gonna take those arms out to the sides like a letter T with the palms facing in towards each other. We're gonna go into a nice deep plie squat as we hug our beach ball or our tree, and we'll stand right up. So as you go down, you want those knees tracking right over the ankles, and the tailbone going directly down towards the floor. So you can imagine like you're in a toaster, you can only go directly up and down. You can't send that bottom back out behind you or you'll get stuck in your toaster. So straight up and straight down. Exhale down, inhale up. Exhale down, inhale up. Shoulders dropping down. Again, if the hand weights are too much, go ahead and drop them. Let's do 2 more like this. Inhale, exhale, inhale, changing the arms only, palms face up. Same thing with a hug of moon and open. So the arms are changing, the legs are the same. Again, making sure those knees are tracking right over the ankles. Keeping those shoulders down as the arms lift. Exhale, lower, inhale, stand. So you can give those glutes a little squeeze as you stand up. Just a few more here. For 2. Last one. Standing up. Palms turn down. From here, I'm going to start going to my left side. My right arm bends in, punches over to meet my left as I come into a lunge. Stand up, come back through center, plie squat. Again, same side. Punch it out and lunge, back to center squat. Punch it out to lunge, back to center squat. At your own pace. Again, feel free to drop the weights if you need to. Almost forgot my squat there. And squat. Let's go for an exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. 2 more. Last one. Now let's go to the side and hold. I'm going to straighten my back leg. From here, I'm going to go into a lunge with a bicep curl. And curl. So I'm bending both knees now. See if you can keep that chest vertical. Exhale down, inhale up. For 2. Last one, stand all the way up, arms go down. I'm going to bend my front knee, keep my back leg straight. Bend the elbows to the hips, tricep kick. So that front knee's bent, back leg straight. Feel free to drop the weights if you need to. Ribs are pulling up and in. Exhale, press. Inhale, bend. Last one, press and hold. A little pulses to the sky. Lift, lift, lift. Pulling those ribs up. Can you get deeper through that front leg? For 3, 2, 1. Bring that right leg to meet the left leg. Good. So now we're standing at the top of our mat. Feet are together or just a few inches apart. We're going to have those elbows at the hips. This time you're going to give me a deep squat with serving the platter. So sitting back like you're sitting in a chair, serve your platter, stand it up. Sit and serve, and stand. Exhale, and inhale. Again, feel free to drop the weights if you need to. Squeeze that bum as you stand. For 2. Last one, hold here. Just the legs, we pulse. Tiny pulses, pulling those ribs up, sit that bottom back. For 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Stand all the way up. Good. Let's get set up for the other side. I know, we're already fatigued. We're already sweating. So, starting in that nice wide plie squat position again. So, externally rotated from the hips. The toes are pointed out towards the sides. Roll those shoulders back. Arms come out, palms are down. This time, we're going to go to the right side. So, you're going to give me a punch with a lunge. Stand up center, squat. At your own pace, drop the weights if you need to. Exhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Get nice and low on that lunge and the squat. Can you get the quads parallel to the ground? For 2. Last one. Let's go to the side and hold. Getting that back leg straight. Palms go up. We're going to do a leg with a curl. Bicep curl. Both legs bend and extend. Exhale. Inhale. Few more here. For 2. Last one, stand. Straighten the back leg, bend the front knee, elbows to the hips, chest goes forward, ribs pull up, tricep press. Exhale, press it back. Ribs pulling up off the floor. Just bending and extending at the elbows. For 2. Press and hold. Little lift. Press. Press. Lifting up from the back of the arms. Make sure those ribs are still pulling up. For 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Step it forward. Feet meet at the front of your mat. Again, just an inch or 2 apart here. Elbows by the hips. We're going to serve and squat. Serve and squat and stand. Exhale. Inhale. Squeeze those glutes as you stand. Always an option to drop the weights if you need to. Are you warm yet? I'm sweating already. Just a few more. For 2. Down and hold just the legs, tiny pulses. Pull those ribs off the floor, drop the shoulders. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, stand it up. Very nice work. We've earned it, let's sit down. So have a seat, bring your weights with you. We're gonna have our feet at the front of the mat, about hip distance apart. Knees are bent, grab your weights. Sitting up nice and tall, arms go out. Big inhale at the top, exhale, tuck the pelvis around back, find a low C curve hold. So just for starters here, I'm just gonna drop my weights to show you. We're in a really hollow belly, so really C curve, rounded lower back. Again, feel free to omit the weights if you need to. Give me one bicep curl. Use the tummy, not momentum. Roll over the legs, sit up tall. 2 bicep curls this time. Hollow back, exhale. 2 curls, 1, 2. Belly pulls you over, sit up tall. 3 this time, we go back for 3. 2, feet are heavy. Last one, arms extend, roll over, sit up tall. We've got 4, hollow back for 4, 3, 2, 1. Tummy pulls you over, sit up tall. We've got 5 for 5, 4, 3. Pull those ribs and cores working hard. 2, 1. Roll over, sit up tall. Last set in Pilates, luckily we only do 6. Hollow back, we've got 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Extend, belly pulls you over, sit up tall. Give your arms a little shake. You know those light weights get heavy really quickly. So let's take those arms up, palms are down, tuck the pelvis around back, find that C curve. So again, find that really hollow belly position, ribs are closing. From here, all we do is lift those arms up and down. So you can see I'm not lifting my arms too high because I want to keep my rounding in the low back and the belly. So I'm only lifting the arms as high as I can keep my ribs closed. And again, you want those knees staying hip distance apart. So if you need to put a block or a pillow between the knees here, feel free to do so. Feel free to drop the weights if you need. We've just got 2. Last one, lift and roll all the way over. Sit up tall. All right, how are we doing? Good? Let's just do one more here in that rounded position. So this time I'm gonna bring the weights touching right in front of my sternum with the elbows wide. Sitting up nice and tall, I'm gonna exhale as I tuck my pelvis around back, find my low C curve. Keeping those elbows wide, I just take my weights to one side, rotate, exhale, inhale, center. Exhale, other side, inhale, center. So again, you wanna keep those knees hip distance apart. If you're struggling with that, put something between the knees. The feet stay heavy here, anchored to the ground. Shoulders are down away from the ears. Ribs are closed, you're round through the belly, round through the low back. I may have stopped counting somewhere in there, so we'll just do a few more. Exhale, rotate, inhale, center. Let's do, I don't know, one more set seems about right. What do you think? Back to center, arms extend, roll all the way over, and sit up tall. All right, from here, let's go all the way down onto our backs. So we're gonna roll down with control. Walk those feet in a little closer to your seat, getting set up for shoulder bridge. So again, knees are hip distance apart, feet are flat. I'm gonna start with a neutral spine. And then a lot of times when we do our shoulder bridge, I know we do the articulation up and down, but today we're just gonna work on the lift and lower. And again, if you don't feel comfortable with the hand weights here, you can go ahead and omit those. So I'm gonna start with my arms, reaching back overhead, but only as far as I can keep my ribs closed. So for example, this would not be ribs closed. So doing it correctly, my ribs are closed about here. I'm gonna keep my arms here just so I can keep control over that core. So big inhale. On the exhale, I'm gonna lower the arms and lift the hips straight off the ground. And then I'm gonna lower the hips and raise the arms. So exhale, press and lift. Inhale, lower and raise. So you're pressing into the feet to turn on the back of the legs, the glutes and hamstrings, and lift those hips high. You've got a grapefruit between the chin and the chest. Shoulders are pulling down. And again, those knees are staying hip distance apart. Always that option to put a block or a pillow between the knees if you need to. Let's just do a few more here. Last one, lift the hips, arms lower, hold. I'm gonna place my weights on the ground. I'm just gonna press my hands into my weights to really get those hips high. So you can see I'm pressing down really hard, my arms are engaged. I'm just gonna pulse the hips down an inch and up an inch, down an inch and up an inch. Pressing into those weights, pressing into the feet. Exhale as you pulse those hips every time. You should really feel those glutes and hamstrings here firing up. Ribs are still closed on the front side of the body. Exhale, lift for 2. Last one, lift. Hold. Take one leg straight up to the sky. Pulse the hips down an inch and up an inch. Keep pressing those hands into the weights, pressing that right foot into the ground. Or left, whatever one you did left. Hips are level for 2. Last one, lift. Bend that top knee, foot goes down. Really lift those hips high, make sure they're level. Press into those weights again. Opposite leg lifts, hips go down and up. Press and press. Make sure that leg that's lifted, that top hip isn't drooping. Hips stay level here for 2. Last one, lift, bend the knee, foot goes down, hips are high. And then this time you get that nice articulation. So let's roll down. 1 vertebrae at a time, release to neutral. So now I've still got my hands on top of my weights. If you've got, I know my weights are balls, so it makes it a little easier, but if you've got anything that rolls, even a weight that's got a round end, this will work. So we're gonna start with a neutral spine. So that means there's that little space between your low back and the mat. So we're gonna keep that little natural curve in your low back, taking a deep inhale. On the exhale, we're just gonna do a little ab prep, a chest lift. So I'm gonna reach my fingertips towards my heels. The weights will slide with me. Neck and shoulders lift. Inhale, lower down. So exhale, slide those hands down, lift the chest. Inhale, lower. So you wanna think about the bottom of your rib cage sliding towards your hip bones and maintaining that nice neutral spine. Exhale, reach. Inhale, lower. Again, if you don't have hand weights, you just reach the hands along. You should feel that core start to turn on, trying to get the shoulder blades off of the mat. Exhale. A little contraction as we lift. Let's do 5 more here. Exhale, lift. Inhale, lower. For 4. Last 3. 2 more. Last one, we're gonna come up and hold. Prepare yourself, up and hold. This time, grip those hand weights. Bring the legs to tabletop. Now we're finding imprint, so no space between the low back and your mat. Arms reach towards your feet. The legs extend, the arms extend. Circle the arms around, bend the knees. Double leg stretch, so we reach everything and circle. Can you lift that chest a little higher? Chest stays lifted. The lower the legs go, the more challenging this becomes on the core. The higher the legs go, the easier it is to maintain that imprint. If it's too much, drop the weights or drop the chest, or both. Last one here, around, lower one leg, the other, arms and chest. Good. Release everything, take a little mini break. We're gonna bring both legs back to tabletop. So one leg comes up, then the other. Find that really nice imprinted position again. So ribs are closing, no space between the low back and carriage. Knees are stacked over the hips. We're gonna bring the hands right in front of the chest, elbows wide. Lift the head, neck, and shoulders, just the legs. Single leg stretch. So chin is off the chest, ribs are closed, elbows are wide. Again, the lower the legs go, the more challenging this becomes. Option to lower the weights at any time, or lower the chest, or both. Adding on rotation of the torso. So we're gonna rotate, center, rotate, center, rotate, center, rotate, center. Pick up the pace. Opposite shoulder to knee, taking those weights with you. So you can lift that shoulder blade up just a little higher every time. Exhale as you rotate. Inhale, come back for the middle. Two more sets. Last set here. Back to center. One foot lowers, the other. Chest goes down, weights go down. Shake it out. Let's hug the back of the legs here. Pull them in towards you. Give a little rock side to side. Deep breath in. And a long exhale out. Deep breath in. Long exhale. Let's take a little spinal twist. I'm going to move my weights out of the way. Drop the knees to one side. Arms go out. Take the gaze to the opposite side. Deep breath in. Exhale, come through center. Other direction. Should feel really nice after that core work. Inhale here. Exhale, come through center. Hug the knees. This time I'm going to rock and roll myself all the way up to a seat so that I can turn around and come onto my stomach for some back of the body work. So after we work the core, really good idea to work the back of the body to balance ourselves out. So I'm going to bring my weights with me. Again, you don't have to use them if you don't have them. So pull up and down. I'm going to open my legs just a little further than hip distance apart. And I'm going to send my weights out in front of me so when my arms are fully extended, my palms are right on top of the weights. I'm going to drop my head into the mat. Hold the shoulders down the back. Pull the ribs and belly button off the floor. The pubic bone is heavy here. So again, you don't have to use the weights here, but something that rolls is better if you have it. So deep inhale. On the exhale, I'm going to pull my shoulder blades down my back to lift my chest, pressing my hands into the weights. So you can see the weights slide a little bit with me, and then lower the chest on the inhale. So exhale, draw the shoulders back, lift the head, neck, and shoulders. You can see my belly button's pulling up to protect my low back, and then inhale to lower. So exhale, the shoulders drawing down as we lift the chest. Look about 2 inches in front of you, belly button lifts. Inhale, lower. Exhale, shoulder blades drive down the back. Inhale, and exhale. Exhale, lift. Inhale, hold. Exhale, lower. Let's do 3 more. Shoulder blades pull down. Make sure you're not cranking the back of the neck. Control to lower. And all you do is just your fingertips along the mat for this. Last one here, let's hold it up. So lifting the chest, the legs are still heavy here. Pulling that belly button up, pubic bone is heavy. All we're going to do is lift the opposite arm and leg. So lift it up and lower. And switch, opposite arm and leg, lift and lower. Keeping that chest lifted, you're going to feel the back of the leg, glute, and hamstring work. If you're feeling any crunching in the low back, don't lift the chest quite as high, or you can go all the way down with the chest and work from the floor. Lift and lower, lift and lower. I'm going to add the weight. If you're with me, go for it. If not, you can do it without the weight. Exhale, lift, inhale, lower. Just a few of these. And lift. One more set. Is that belly button still pulling up? Can you lift a little higher? Both hands go down, legs go down, slowly lower. Good, let's take those weights, bring them around to the hips. So I'm going to take my legs a little closer now. You still want that pubic bone heavy into the mat, neutral spine. Deep inhale here. On the exhale, I've got my palms down with my weights. I'm going to lift the chest and the legs, and just the hands here. They pull the pinkies towards each other. So pinkies coming in. It's a little tricep squeeze. Belly button pulls up. Again, looking about 2 inches in front of your nose. Legs are extending. Option to drop the weights if you need to. For 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lower down. I'm going to take my weights out of my way. Hands go by the shoulders. Push back, find a child's pose. So a little flexion after all of that extension. And let's roll it up here. We're gonna come to all fours now. So quadruped position. I'm gonna bring my weights with me, of course. So I'm gonna start with just one. I'm gonna have my right hand down on the mat. I'm gonna have the weight into my left hand, making sure those knees are right under the hips and I've got a neutral spine. I'm just gonna get my hair out of my way. So from here, I'm gonna extend, well, start by pushing up through my right shoulder, and then extend my left arm straight out, extend my right arm out. So finding balance between the hips, weight is even across my body. I'm gonna pull my left elbow to my right knee underneath me, and then press it up. So I'm rounding the spine as I pull my elbow to knee, and then extend to neutral. Exhale under, inhale, extend. Again, you can do all of this without the weight. Exhale, and inhale, reach. Keep pushing up through that bottom arm. Try not to sink all of your weight into that bottom hip. Last one here. Out and hold, pulse it up to the sky, arm and leg lift. Press, press, press. Make sure you're not sinking into that bottom shoulder. For 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bend the elbow, bend the knee. So I've got my elbow right by my hip, my heel to my seat, trying to lift that leg up. I'm gonna do a tricep press, extend the leg, hamstring curl. Press the arm and the leg, and curl. Make sure those ribs are still pulling up off the floor. Exhale, inhale, exhale, inhale. Push up through that bottom arm one more time. 2 more. Last one. Slowly lower the knee, drop the arm, child's pose. Woo! Drop the forehead, deep breath in, long exhale out. Deep breath in, long exhale out, preparing for the other side. One more deep breath in, long exhale out, popping back up to all fours. Other side. So I'm gonna grab the weight into my right hand. I'm gonna start in a nice neutral position. Hand right underneath the shoulder. I'm gonna reach my right arm out, and then my left leg. So really pushing up through that left side. I round the spine to bring everything underneath me and extend it out. Exhale, inhale, exhale, inhale. Reaching long. Remember, you're not sinking all that weight into the right side here. Keeping that weight centered. Pushing up through the bottom arm. For 2. Last one, send it out and hold. Pulses to the sky. We lift, lift, lift. Ribs pull off the floor. Drop the weight if you need to. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bend the elbow, bend the knee. Make sure that leg is parallel to the ground. Send the elbow back, the leg back. Bend the elbow, bend the knee. So we've got a hamstring curl and a tricep press. Exhale, reach. Inhale, bend. Everything reaches at the same time and bends at the same time. Push up through that bottom arm a little more. Make sure those hips are level. For 2. Last one. Bend, lower the knee, lower the hand, pull back, child's pose. Roll out the wrists if you need to. Deep breath in, long exhale. Deep breath in, long exhale, load them back inside the ribcage with air, and exhale, let it out. All right, so coming up, we've got a challenging plank coming up here. So I'm going to use the hand weights option if you want to go for it here, but you can always just hold a plank. If you're not good on your hands with the wrist, you can always go to the forearms and just hold a forearm plank, or you can drop to the knees and hang out in just a half plank. So whatever you feel comfortable with here. So I'm just going to use one weight at a time. So I'm basically going to start in a full plank position. So my hands under my shoulders, feet about hip distance, ribs pull out, bottoms dropped. I'm going to take my hand weight in one hand. So I'm doing a plank on top of my hand weight. Make sure that weight is even. You're going to grab that weight, pull the elbow to the hip, tap it down. Elbow to hip, tap it down. Exhale, inhale. Reaching long through the crown of the head. Push up through that bottom arm. For 5, 4, last 3, 2, 1. Hand goes down, find plank, knees drop, child's pose. Ooh, deep breath in, long exhale, 3 breaths here, deep breath in, exhale, last one, deep breath in, and exhale. All right, we've got the other side here, team. Now that you know what's happening, you can make a better decision on which plank you want to do here. So I'm going to go ahead and move that weight to the opposite side. Move that out of my way. So I'm going to find a nice plank position to start. Pushing up through both shoulders, lengthening through the crown of the head. I'm going to grab my hand weight in that opposite hand. Elbow to hip, tap. Elbow to hip, tap. Pull it in, tap. In, tap. Exhale. Exhale. Almost there. Keep pushing. For 2, 1. Hand goes down. Find plank first. Knees drop. Child's pose. 3 breaths here. Deep breath in. I'm going to roll out my wrists a little bit. Exhale. Last 2. Exhale. Final 1. And exhale. Good. Rounding up. I know we've got a little more core work here. You know, I always like to add in a little extra core work where I can. So I'm going to grab both hand weights again. And I'm going to come onto my back. So lying down, got the weights in the hands. I'm going to take a deep breath in. Exhale, one leg comes to tabletop. Inhale. Exhale, other leg comes to tabletop. Try to mix those words together. So knees right over the hips. I'm going to take my weights in my hands. I'm going to reach them long. So we're going to go to our classic toe taps. So as I tap my left toes to the ground, my right arm is going to reach up overhead. Slowly bring that left leg up, right arm comes down. Switching sides. Right toes tap, left arm reaches, and back. So remember what we spoke about earlier, keeping the ribs closed. I'm only reaching that arm overhead as far as I can keep my ribs closing and that imprint in my spine. So once you lose that imprint, you really lose that core connection and you start working into your back, which is what's going to give you some back pain. So if anything, always drop the weights if you need to. You can also probably see that I'm not dropping my toes all the way to the floor. I'm only going as far as I can maintain my imprint. And we exhale. Inhale, come back. With control, that weight just adds a little bit extra. Feel free to drop it anytime you need. And reach. And reach. I really enjoy these, so we're just going to do a few extras. 2 more sets. Right side. 1 more on each side here. And reach. Back to center, hands drop. Hug the knees in, give a little rock side to side. I like to just draw little knee circles here. And switch. All right, grab onto those knees, give it a rock and roll as you come all the way up. Now, we already did our 1 set of planks. Now we have to go to our side planks. I mean, how can we skip the side planks? So again, you have the option here to obviously drop the weight. You can do this on your forearm or on your hand, whatever you feel more comfortable with. So just a few options here. Your forearm plank would be here, elbow right under the shoulder. For your hand plank, if you're going on your hand, you can do a modified plank where you're up on 1 knee. So this will give you a little more support. You can stagger the feet, or stack the feet will be most challenging. So go ahead, choose whatever plank's going to be right for you. I'm going to do the plank up on my hand, probably with feet staggered, just so I don't fall on camera because that's embarrassing. And I'm going to have my 1 hand weight right near my bottom arm so I can grab it really easily. So I'm going to start on my right side, just getting set up here, side plank, hand right underneath the shoulder, pulling up, and then I'm going to grab my hand weight, reach it up to the sky. So I'm just going to thread the needle here as I lift that hip a little higher and then reach that arm to the sky. So exhale, thread, inhale, center, reach it up. So you're actively trying to pull that bottom side away from the floor. Exhale and inhale. 4 more. Last 3. Keep pushing up through that bottom arm. 2. And 1. Arm comes up, slowly lower the hips. Arm comes down, and we'll switch sides. That easy. So just setting up for the other side. Roll my wrist out a little bit. Whatever you did on the other side, let's do the same thing here. So getting started just with that positioning first before you grab the weight. So I'm going to stagger my feet. Hand right under the shoulder, top arm lifts. As I thread the needle, I lift that a little higher and come back to center. Exhale, thread, and center. Exhale, lift, and up. Reach, and exhale. Halfway there, and lift. Feel those obliques turning on. 3 more. For 2. Take the gaze with you. Last one. Up, I'm going to lower my hips first, and then my weight coming through center. Give my wrists a nice little roll. I know we did a lot of wristy stuff today. Roll in the other direction. Good. So now we're going to come into a mermaid position. So I'm going to take one leg. My shin is going to be parallel to the mat in front of me. And then I'm going to bend the opposite knee. And that shin is going to be parallel to the other edge of the mat. So one shin parallel to the front edge, one shin parallel to the side edge. So I'm going to take my weight into the hand that is the same as my leg that's in front, if that makes sense. So from here, I'm going to take my left hand to the outside of my left knee. I'm going to take that weight just to give me a little assist in my stretch. I'm going to bend my left arm and reach that right arm overhead just for lateral stretch. Inhale, come back up to center. So exhale, reach through those fingertips. Let the weight just give you a little bit of a stretch. And inhale, come up. So again, you can definitely do this without the weight. I just like that the weight gives you a little oomph, just pushes you into the stretch a little deeper. 1 more here. Lift and reach, and then this time I'm going to rotate that hand down to the mat. I'm just going to reach those fingertips long, so I get a nice little stretch. Grabbing back onto my weight, come back through center, all the way up and over. Let's do that on the other side. So again, you're going to have one shin parallel to the front edge of the mat, the other shin parallel to the side edge. I'm going to take that weight into my left hand this time, or the same leg that is in front of me. I'm going to have my right hand out to my side. I'm going to exhale as I reach up and over. Again, let the weight do the work for you. And inhale to come up. And exhale, reach. And inhale up. So you should just feel a really nice stretch through the side of the body. Exhale. And inhale, 2 more. Reach. And up. And on this last one, I'm going to reach and hold. And then I'm going to rotate down. Drop my weight as I walk my hands out a little bit. A little tighter on this side. And then I'll grab my weight. I'm going to rotate to the side first. Come all the way up through center and down. Thank you all so much for joining me today. I hope you had fun with hand weights, and I will see you all next week.